Hola, ¿qué tal? Aquí Julio Monroy desde Delta Records en Bogotá, Colombia. Hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial. Espero que les guste esta super banda que tenemos aquí en nuestra camiseta. Y bueno, este live va a estar totalmente en inglés. Espero que les guste mucho. Es muy, muy especial. Hey Adam, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, Julio.
Oh,
Thanks
my
for having
friend.
me.
Thank you for accepting the invitation, my friend. It's going to be very interesting to have you here, and thank you for accepting the invitation.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. And we are with David Sicara. Hey, David, how are you?
Hi everyone, welcome to this new episode of Producing with Julio Monroy. Adam, for us it's a huge honor to have you here. Welcome to this new season, and for the people watching, remember that you can actually send us questions through the platform on which you are watching, and I will communicate them to both Julio and Adam. I leave you with the conversation.
Thank you, David. Well, uh, Adam, I want to know about you, about how did you begin in this music audio industry, my friend?
Uh, well, I went to school for international business and I never went to class because all I would do is DJ. I DJed on the radio station at the college. Uh, and then I would DJ all the parties.
Uh huh.
And then I got into the concert world and started DJ, opening up for all the hip hop shows and doing nightclubs and more radio. And my mom got on my case and she was like, you need to figure out you're going to fail out of college. You need to figure it out. So I went to a concert and I saw a guy at a console. And I was just like, what is that guy doing? So I went and talked to him after the show, and he was actually a monitor engineer. And he explained to me what he did. And I was just like, it just clicked. It's like, that's what I want to do. So this was probably
Wow.
like 2002. Google was just like fresh on the scene. So I just Googled audio engineer
Uh huh.
and like schools, and all these schools came up: Full Sail, Berkeley,
Yeah.
SAE, art institutes, and I looked into all of them, and I ended up choosing the art institutes because at the time I could get hands-on and before any of the other schools.
Yeah.
And this is just from what I was reading, and I'm a hands-on learner. That's one thing I learned in college. So I went to the art institute and just hit the ground running. And it's like, I just tried to learn as much as I could. I knew absolutely nothing. I mean, there were kids in my class that like worked in studios before,
Mm-hmm.
or, they've done audio or they play instruments. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt so out of my league to where like, I just, got the magazines and read up on like what the new gear was. I had to learn it was like learning a new language.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so hard going from like, you know, learn English and math and all this stuff, like normal schooling, to learning something that no one that I know knows anything about. So like it was difficult for me at first, but I'm glad I did it.
So
I
basically,
persevered.
you began to study like music production or audio
Yeah,
engineering.
just audio production,
Okay,
whatever the
audio
difference is in
productions.
that. I don't know, because I learned about engineering as well. You know, we were building DIs and like little small electrical
Uh-huh.
circuits. Uh, but then, you know, there was a lot of theory involved, and
Mm-hmm.
learned Pro Tools and mixing and surround. So I got to taste like a little bit of every part of the audio industry, which
Yeah.
was really cool. And there was a live sound class, but I think there was only like it was like level 1 and level 2, and that's
Mm-hmm.
it. It stopped. But one of my professors was like, "Oh, my buddy works on a cruise ship and travels the world," and I was like, "Whoa, this guy travels the world doing this?"
I want
Like
you to do
that's
this.
and because where I lived is like I didn't know of any studios, but I knew they
Yeah.
did concerts, so I was like, "Well, I can go do live sound." So I
Mm-hmm.
needed an internship, so I just walked in to the venue. Lupo's Heartbreak Hotel was the venue. It's a legendary venue where I live in Rhode Island. And I just walked in there one day. They had a show, and I was like, "Do you guys need a hand? I need an internship." And they were like, "Come back at midnight for loadout." And I was like, "Midnight? I'm sleeping at midnight." You know, like, what are you talking about? So, so I showed up at midnight. I pushed some cases, and they're like, "Come back the next day." And
Wow.
I think I worked 3 or 4 shows as a stagehand, and then a monitor position opened up, and the production manager was like, you know, "Hey kid, if you want to do this and you want to get paid, you do this one show for free, and if you survive, we'll give you the job."
Wow.
And I
And
was
then you
already there
survived.
working for free, you know, and I was, yeah, but it was rough. It was rough because it was a reggae festival, and no line check, no sound check. They just showed
Just
up like
plug and
at
play.
door. Yeah, yeah. And I had no comps, no gates. I was on a Soundcraft. Uh, I forgot the console, the model SM12, I think, or 24 or something. It was
But
rough. It was a rough day, but I survived.
but that was you mentioned that you a person told you or said that there was a cruise ship like.
Yeah, yeah. So one of my professors at the time mentioned one of his buddies worked on a cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
So when I left college, well, as I was about to graduate college, I was looking. I wanted to go travel, and looked into how to get a job on a cruise ship. I just Googled it and sent in an application to this recruiter, and they called me back, and I was in John Krivit's class when I got the call.
Wow.
And so like I interrupted his class. I was like, "I really have to take this phone call. I'm so sorry." And yeah, I got hired. I ended up getting hired. So the day after I graduated, I was on a plane to Seattle, and I got on a ship. I was terrified. I had no idea. They took my luggage. They put it in a special place. You know, they're like, "You'll come with us. You'll get your luggage later." And it's like, I don't know, maybe 12 hours later, I saw my luggage sitting in the same spot. They were supposed to deliver it to my room. And
Wow.
yeah, it was like all these stresses that I've never experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, I don't know, maybe 22, 23 at the time.
How old are you right
No,
now?
hold on. I was I was 21 at the time because I turned 22 on the cruise ship. I am 42.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So
Jeez.
you travel around the world.
Yeah, I've been all over. Been to about 130 countries.
Wow.
I've gigged on every continent. So I mean, it's been awesome traveling wise. You know, I've only lost my bag a couple times, my luggage, considering as much as I travel, my luggage has been to Egypt. I've never been there.
Oh.
You know,
So
so
how many years working on the cruise ship?
so I only did 6 months on the cruise ship.
Okay, but six
Yeah,
months
I was like, and
working
it was
every
every
day.
day, no days off. Uh, it was a lot. It was a lot. So
Yeah. Great training. Huh?
yeah, it was. It was. I met people from all over the world. I made friends from all over. It was, it was a great learning experience, but it wasn't for me.
Did you
Wasn't
quit?
for me. Yeah, yeah.
Why?
I left because I was over it. You know, like I was just like my manager was always drunk, so I was always like covering him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing all these other things that like, why am I doing this? You know,
Yeah.
and it's like I was just over it, and I'll see ya. You know, we came into San Diego. I was like, I want my passport back because they hold your passport. And the guy told me, well, this isn't a jail, so I have to give it back to you. I was like, well, it kind of is like a jail if you're holding my passport. You know, like, where am I going to go?
Yeah, yeah,
So I was just, it was rough. I was tired of,
yeah, yeah.
living in 300, a tiny room. And then, like, there's always issues. It was just like, what am I doing with myself? Like,
Yeah.
we'll go home and mix some rock bands and a loud PA and, just get that feeling back. I miss that because in the cruise ship, it's all like theatrical productions, which are fun, like mixing wise, because you can set up all your cues. You have a lot going on engineering wise. And, you can sound design wise, you can route things different places. So it's fun in that aspect. But
Mm.
I miss the feeling of a rock show. Like,
Yeah.
like I want to feel the kick drum.
The
I want to feel
people.
I
Yeah.
want to feel the guitar. I want the people to cheer. Like, there's just something about that aspect that I love. Like, even I left touring for a year, and my wife was like, "You got to get back to music because it's like
Yeah.
there's something missing. You need that." So it's and I don't know what it is within me, but it just no one's cheering for me. I don't need people cheering, but it's just that feeling
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
of
feeling.
people cheering, and it's, I mean,
Like,
no,
how do you feel to be alive?
yeah, yeah, totally.
Like that phrase. How do you feel
Yeah,
to be alive?
yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's an incredible feeling, and you don't get it anywhere else. Like, sports and stuff like that, but they don't really. I don't know. I don't want to hit
Yeah.
hot cues for an hour, on an instant replay or something like that. Like, there's no mixing in sports, Like,
So
I mean,
you quit the cruise ship, and how did you begin working with Metallica? Huh?
so I quit the cruise ship in 2006, and I went back to Lupo's, and I worked there doing monitors, and then I kept trying to get out at front of house, and they finally put me out at front of house. And I started learning front of house and mixing a lot of bands, and I just wanted to go on tour. So I just networking, giving my business card out. And then Down came through, It's the guys from a couple guys from Pantera, uh, Corrosion of Conformity. It's like a rock supergroup, if you will. And they gave me their sound engineer, their front of house engineer got sick. He went to the hospital, and I had the opportunity to mix them at front of house, and they were kind of nervous that I was mixing. You know, I was this young kid, and that night they were like, "Don't let him leave." And they asked me to go out, get on the bus with them, and I went home and packed my bags and came back. Got on the bus, and that led me to work with Metallica, because Down ended up opening for Metallica as the direct support in 2008 and 2009. So in 2009, I got a call from Bob Cowan, who's Metallica's monitor engineer. He said he needed an assistant. He called me up. I was on the tour with the opening bands. I would help the Metallica guys load in. I'd help them set up. I'd help them load out while I was working for Down. Just because, I don't know, I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
That's what it came down to. They were they had all new technology, and what's that? You know, I wanted to be involved. So Bob called me up. He said, "You want to be my assistant? Take some time to think about it." And I was kind of, nervous. Like, man, I was nervous because it's like, here's the opportunity, you know?
Do you want it?
Do I pass it up or take it? And I was like, well, if I pass it up, I'm always going to wonder. If I take it and fail, I can say, at least I tried.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. If worst comes to worst, I come back here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it worked out. So, but it's like I never did this level of focus before. Like I shut the world off to focus on this job. You know, like I shut everything off and I put the blinders on like a horse, and I just focused on Metallica.
Go straight.
And what that job was, because I was like, this opportunity does not come around.
No, it's like a dream job.
Yeah. 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 And I didn't grow up listening to Metallica. So like I knew all the hits, you know, because like how do you not hear Metallica, right? Growing up.
Wow.
But I didn't grow up listening to any of it. But I understood the way their songs were written.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It was just the structure of the songs. So they're very similar. Every song's very similar, the structure. But for the most part, you know, there are some different ones in there. So it's just, I don't know. It's a feeling. I don't know how to describe it except that. Just a feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So does it sound good? Yeah. All right.
That's great. I'm jealous, but it's okay, my friend. I love Metallica. I love Metallica. I
me
love
too.
it. Yeah,
me too.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I have all their albums, and I remember that someone in the school showed me a CD, and I was like, "Wow, what is it?" And Justice for All, and Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, Black Album. That's amazing, my friend. And your story is so inspiring because, like, you are like, hey, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask. I'm going to be at midnight. I will do it. Yeah. What will happen if I fail? Well, I fail, but it's okay.
Yeah, I had to try.
Yeah, I had to try.
I had to try. And I've been like that my whole life since I was a kid. Like, you know, riding bikes, go off the ramp. You know, luckily I've never broken any bones, but you know, there's some I won't go over again. So
yeah.
But it's, you know, you have to try it. If not, you don't know. You know, and then you live in, you know, I wish I did that, or like, because I always think, you know, if I'm on my deathbed, what was my life like?
Mm-hmm.
You know, did I accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish? You know, like I've been like that for like since I was a kid, a teenager. I've always had that thought. You know, just what kind of legacy do I want to leave behind?
Yeah.
You know,
Great.
for me,
Great.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. For the
So
people.
yeah, I
Right.
guess so.
Right
You
now. Right
know?
now. I'm sure that you are leaving a legacy to younger people and inspiring another
Yeah,
people. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's
yeah.
cool.
And I had to come up in the time of gatekeeping, and
Mm-hmm.
like people didn't share knowledge when I was coming up. It was, you know, I had to secretly watch what they were doing on the console. Oh, he's taking a little 250 out of the bass. You know, why? Right. So then after the show, I'd ask them questions while they were zeroing out the desk. Not everyone would do that, but, you know, it's the polite thing to do when your show's over.
That's right,
But
my friend.
it's also, you know, so no one gets your tricks, right? You know? So I would zero out the console a lot for people. That's like
Yeah.
while they were like, oh, I'm gonna go get my mics, I'd be like, do you mind if I zero out the console for you? They'd be like, no, you know, have fun. So I learned a lot. Cause I'd be like, did it sound good or not? Because if it sounded good, I'd pay attention to what I was zeroing out.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't think it sounded good, I'd just zero it out. I wouldn't look at because I didn't want to learn bad things. You know, I wanted to learn good things.
Yeah.
And you know when it sounds good and when it sounds bad.
Yeah. The people know that. They don't know
Yeah.
why, but they know that.
So the time from when I left the cruise ship to when I first went on tour, I was getting frustrated because I would hear all these like bad mixes, or what I thought were bad mixes. And I'd be like, how are these guys getting tours? You know, because I'd mix the opening bands with no comps or gates. And the engineers, people would come up to me and be like, man, that sounded great, you know? And the bands would offer me gigs. They're like, I wish we had money to pay you. But it's like, I'm not leaving my house for $300 a week. Like, I need to eat, you know? Like, I want it, but I gotta survive too.
Yeah.
You know, I have to set a standard for myself.
Yeah.
Also, you know, it's like I'm making more money at home. Why would I leave?
Yeah. That's right. Hey, my friend David. David is telling me that we have some people who wants to say hi to you. Hey, David.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of people. So first of all, we've got Jairo Sound. Hi, friends. He's telling us.
Hi, Jairo.
Hi.
I think this is in Spanish. Sunten las rocas sends you
Yeah.
power thunders, like really metal power thunders.
Nice.
And
That's cool.
Just Drew is telling us, yes, the monitor roll, the roll that nobody loves.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diego
Friends don't let friends mix monitors. You ever hear that line?
No. First
No.
time.
Yeah. Friends don't let friends mix monitors.
That's good.
That's cool.
We actually have hi everyone from Diego Castro as well. Julio Hernandez saying hi. Official Trevi saying hi. And that's it for the hellos. But we do have a couple of questions that they have sent us previously to the live stream for the people that follow Julio Monroy on Instagram, Julio Music Producer. And be sure to also follow Adam. Could you please tell where to follow you on Instagram?
Follow me on Instagram at Big Blends, BIGBLENDZ.
That's great. So the first question is, how has the monitoring of the band evolved throughout the years, and especially in immersive audio era?
Oh, well, the immersive audio side's still evolving, but I'll start from the beginning. When I came in, the stage volume was really loud. We had side fills, we had Meyer Sound, MJF 212 monitors. There was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 mixes on stage, plus Meyer Mica side fills with 700 HP subs. So there was 5 micas per side with 2 subs per side of the stage. And just, it was on. It was a rock show on stage. It was awesome. And the band wore in-ears at the same time. So I kind of had to learn on the fly I've mixed in-ears before and I've mixed on wedges before, but never both at the same time. So it's a learning curve there, because you need to use the in-ears should act like a glorified earplug, if you will, to where like you walk up to the vocal mic and you feel it as much as you hear it, but it's not deafening to the ear, because the number one job of the monitor engineer is to protect your artist's ears. So with that being said, over time, Bob Cowan and I brought the stage volume down as much as possible. And then we lost the side fills. I want to say like 2016, we lost the side fills. Those went away. 2013, we switched wedges. We went from the 212s to the 210s. So it's just going to a smaller, much lighter wedge. Had a digital amp. My back loved it from lugging all those wedges. And then we started doing TV stuff and radio stuff like Howard Stern, where no wedges are needed. It's not good for the environment. So just not the actual environment, but like, the TV studio, you want the least amount of noise as possible. It's like being in a studio, right? You're not going to put a wedge in a studio. So it was just in-ears then. So then you kind of changing your mix a little bit, because the band loses the feeling of no wedges. So you kind of have to make up for the low end, especially in the in-ears, but not too much to where it's mudding out your mix. So it's you're learning as you're doing it with the different variables.
Sorry, so tell me.
Yeah.
I have go on and finish.
And with the immersive, it's growing pains. It's like the way our system's set up now. It's 8 towers, and it's left right. So you can't really do an immersive mix in that. And there's an inner hang too that gets the snake bit in the middle of the stage. So the immersive part of that doesn't really. I know there's on the intro, there's a plane that flies around the PA system, which sounds it's pretty cool. It sounds like a plane's flying right around you, because you feel it too in the low end.
You're like watching, searching the plane.
Yeah. But the sphere's coming up, and I'm sure that'll be awesome, because that's immersive.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Adam, and do you were like to test their earbuds, like their in-ears, like the same in-ears or something like that, to check what they are hearing?
Yeah, so I don't mix the band anymore. I left mixing in 2021. So now I manage the stage, but Michael Bolella, the band all wears in-ears, and we use Smaart to test them. And then there's a little, just a mic with an adapter that plugs onto the in-ear. And then you record the trace in Smaart. And then, there's we put the serial number in, so what which in-ear has what trace. And then you save the file, and you just do it every day, so it's consistent. just like you would in a studio. You do a trace of your speakers to set it up, but we do it every single day.
But with Metallica.
Yeah. It's it's, I mean, we have a spare for a spare sometimes, just because like the show is so big, and if one thing goes wrong, it's like, man, everything has to be 100% at all times.
Yeah.
So that's how we run it.
And talking about that, do you have any like that you can share with us, like a moment that you said that it was so difficult and but you ended like fixing everything, or I don't know, or everything was perfect?
Nah, everything
or
is
you
not
can't
perfect.
say.
I wish. No, there's always times like during line check, for instance, like you're getting like we'll be checking the kick drum.
Yeah.
And the condenser's not working or the dynamic's not working.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, move on, continue with the line check. Let me troubleshoot this while you're checking, the rest of the 200 plus inputs that we have. And usually it's just like, pin 2 came off on one of the XLRs or something. So I'll just get a soldering iron and I'll solder it real quick and we'll get it back in playing. Wow. But that's like across the board, like that's just one little thing. I mean, because we go from like 100-degree temperature. I don't know what it is, like 35 Celsius, right? So one day, and then the next day it's cool at night, and then it's gonna rain the next day. So the gear takes just deals with so many different temperatures, and then it goes into a truck overnight or a sea container and wet, and you didn't have a chance to dry everything off because it's going from Australia to United States. So when you get the gear 2 months later, it's like, all right, I have all these notes, a list of notes of what to do, what we have to fix, what we have to clean. It's just always staying on top of that and keeping it functioning is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
So, fixing cases, fixing wheels, it's like audio is almost last on the list of things to do sometimes because there's so many things that need to be done to keep it working.
Yeah. Well,
because we maintain all the gear, so
that's cool because maybe we think that all the gear is like new every time, but you are maintaining the gear.
Yeah, we maintain it.
That's cool.
So
that's right.
Yeah, it's like part of the split's not working. We got to change out the split, open it up, see what the issue is, contact the manufacturer, say, hey, we have a bad thing, is this under warranty? Yes, it's under warranty. All right, we'll send it back to you. Can you send us a replacement? And it's a lot of that. A lot of that goes on. So, as anybody should do if they have gear.
Yeah.
Register your product. Communicate a lot with the manufacturers. We are always in communication with the manufacturers. Just keeping up a relationship with them,
That's a great advice.
Yeah, because, if you have an issue all the time, it's instead of calling, you talk to the guy in tech support, did you power it on properly? It's like, yeah, I powered it, but they don't know. They're going through their procedure. So, you got to follow their procedure, but you build a relationship with them. And then, next thing you're calling them up on their cell phone at 3 a.m, waking them up. Going, hey man, I got an issue. Sorry. They're like, yeah, no problem, And it's just it's all about building relationships.
Like Like it's amazing because John Krivit
Hmm.
introduces so like relationships so important.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you told me that you were his student.
yeah. I love John Krivit. He's awesome.
We love John Krivit.
Uh, yeah, he uh, he taught me one of the greatest lessons. I showed up late to his class. It was my first year in school, and I showed up late. No fault to mine. I took the train from Rhode Island to Boston every day, and then I had to take the subway to get to where the school was. Well, either the subway or the train was late. So I showed up late to class and it was an exam. So he told me, he said, you got to figure out how to get here on time. Don't blame the train. So ever since that day, I was like, 5 a.m. train, I'm getting to get there 2 hours early. I'll sit and, do work or try to get studio time or use that extra time at school somehow.
Yeah,
And it paid off. It paid off because like I've always figured out how to do things. And then I took a time management course there and it taught me like how much time I have to do stuff, to dedicate to things like
you
scheduling and stuff.
a course management course,
Yeah, time management
time management.
course. Yeah.
Well,
So
I need
like,
that.
so yeah. So you would log how many hours you sleep, like everything you did for the week, just 1 week. So you can actually see what you do.
Hmm.
I mean, now there's all apps and stuff like that, but I'm still analog. I handwrite a lot of stuff. Uh, but yeah, it's very interesting because it's like, whoa, I don't sleep that much, or maybe I should do something with this time. I have this
Yeah,
gap of time where I can do
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So that helped me a lot in school, and I could probably use that again.
I'm going to use it.
a refresher, a refresher. So, but yeah, John
Cool.
Krivit.
Yeah, we love John Krivit. Hey,
Yeah,
we have more questions for you.
We
yeah.
do. Jazz Drew is asking, any idea about DBSPL measures with monitors on stage?
No,
Not really.
we have a microphone there. Just kind of like a reference, but no. I mean, this is obviously you don't want it too loud on stage,
Yeah,
and this is like me generally speaking, not talking about Metallica. It's just you don't want the monitors too loud. If you're playing a 200 seat venue, you don't want the monitors louder than the PA. Like that's not good for anyone. It's like as a monitor engineer, you should use the PA as support for what you're doing. Because you can hear the back of the PA, you hear the subs, unless they're in cardioid, and then it's not so much help, but it's like that feeling of subs behind the sub, you can still feel it. And then you just, you can put a little kick drum in the downstage monitors, whereas the drummer probably isn't going to feel that. So you're going to have to get a sub for the drummer or a thumper. And the PA, it's like, all that stuff helps. Use it as support. So, because the front of house guy is probably going to mix up before monitor engineer just because he only has one mix to do. The monitor engineer has from 1 to 20 mixes or more on stage. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even know a good volume because it depends on the room. It's too many variables to say like, oh yeah, 96 dB is the perfect volume. It's whatever's comfortable for the artist on stage at the end of the day. But then there's a fine balance between the size room you're playing, the PA, because I've been in some places where I've had the stage louder than the PA. but the band guys are comfortable on stage. So what do? You're stuck. But then you got to tell them, like, I got to bring down the stage so the PA can actually hear the PA. And these are like smaller clubs. I'm talking about out on Metallica. It's like, it's not loud on stage at all. We brought the stage volume down so much.
Hey, and I was wondering, have you been in Bogota?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Few
How many-
times.
Yeah.
I don't know, 4, 5 times, maybe 6 times, maybe. I've been there several times.
That's cool. And when are you
Yeah.
going to come back?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I don't know, man. I'm sure. I know we will, though. I'm sure we will. I just don't know when.
oh, well.
So, but I will be sure to let you know.
Yeah, please, my
When you
friend.
come down.
We have more questions, David.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Which are the challenges, the biggest challenges of being a monitor engineer, beside from the ones that you have told us already?
Being consistent every day. Like, I mean, now it's a lot of people have their own consoles, so like consistency isn't hard because you just recall your scene on a digital desk. I mean, the venue changes. It makes a difference, but like in the scheme of things, not so much. Like, unless you're going from, if you're an engineer starting out, you don't have a console, and you're jumping from venue to venue, mixing monitors, consistency is the hardest thing. And I did that for years without a console. Just, console du jour, console of the day. What is it? Do I have my gates? Do I have my plugins? So it's like, on top of you doing your job, you have to learn a new console. So it's like, after a while, you're like, I don't care what console it is. The console's a console, right?
Mm-hmm.
Show me how to save. Show me how to save my files. So as I build, I can save. Because there's people, I would imagine there's people touring now that aren't carrying consoles. But everyone has digital desks now. So like one day you could be on a Digico, one day you're on an Avid, one day you're on a Midas, or an SSL. That's how you get your chops up though. Because once you learn all the, it's like, all right, yeah. It doesn't matter what company you work for then, because you know how to use every console. You may not know the ins and outs of it, but it's like, all the fine details. But if you know how to mix a band and save the show.
Yeah, it's not about the console. It's not about the console. It's about the person who is in charge of the sound.
Yeah. I mean, the consoles all sound different. Don't get me wrong. Like, plugins sound different. Everything sounds different. But, I mean, the monitor guys on Metallica, they just use the onboard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. I've always used onboard stuff. I've done a couple tours where I've taken out some racks and some special comps and gates, but I don't know. It's a live show, not making an album. I mean, now everything's recorded now, but it gets mixed in post-production.
Mm-hmm.
So like what we're doing in monitors is live right now. I need stuff that's going to work every single day with no issues,
So you're like recording all when Metallica plays, everything is recorded, yeah?
Everything is recorded.
Yeah.
Everything.
We have a question inside of what you can tell us. They're asking a lot about the signal flow and how do you manage monitoring systems on these huge stages?
Yeah, just like you do in a small club. It's no different.
Okay.
It's just more inputs. That's all. So there's I mean, just like you would do at a local bar, right? You have a split. All the inputs go into a split, and then it's fiber connected. But one leg goes out to front of house, one goes to monitors, and one goes to record. And we use an Avid ecosystem. Everyone's on an S6L. There's two 32Ds out there and 3 24Cs. 2 at front of house, 2 at monitors, and 1 for record. And basically just all the inputs go into a 192. Stage 64. We have 192 inputs. Sorry. They all plug into a stage 64. So each console, each audio department recording monitors in front of house has 3 stage 64s. And they're divided up into 3 separate racks. So like certain inputs hit one rack, other inputs hit another rack, and then other inputs hit another rack.
That's amazing.
It's all connected via fiber, and it's just a big loop. Just a big loop, a fiber loop.
Okay. We have a question. They're asking. We were showing the video from the Metallica webpage. If you want to see that interview, you may actually go to Metallica official website, metallica.com, and you will find that interview there. They're asking, why did you have 2 consoles?
Well, there's a lot going on in the show. So the band members can sing at any microphone they want. It's not like they go to one, it's not choreographed. It's freedom on stage. So there's 14 microphones. So there's front of house, there's someone just doing vocal mics. And then the front of house engineer is mixing the show. And then on the monitor side, it's split up. So one of the monitor engineers mixes James and Lars. The other monitor engineer mixes Robert and Kirk. And they're prospective technicians also. So that's why there's 2 consoles, because there's just a lot going on to where it's one person just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's so many cues, and it's live. Everything they do is live. You can't set up snapshots because you don't know what's going to happen when. You don't know who's going to go to what mic, or like it's awesome. It's pretty awesome. And the monitor guys are outside of the stadium. So like we have a whole camera system just for them that the audio team takes care of. So on top of knowing audio, you have to learn video too. So that was something that wasn't in my wheelhouse before, but it is now. But it's no different than audio. It's signal flow. Just learning the gear, So making sure we always buy waterproof stuff. We try to, because, the show happens in any condition. So it's like we're always thinking about, what if it rains? Are we gonna lose it? We can't use that. It's not waterproof, or we got to figure out a way to waterproof it, right? So
it's fascinating all the things that you have telling us, because I'm trying to imagine.
There's a lot of fine details, like all the connectors on the vocal microphones are black. Right, so the female end of the XLR is black, just because it looks good for camera, TV. Every connector on stage is black, just so it blends in. You don't see it. Like it's trying to be clean and professional, right? So just trying to make it look nice, but sound good also. Most importantly, because we are we all love audio. Like the entire audio team loves audio. You know, we just always talk about audio.
Yeah,
You know,
we are
like
always talking about audio and
yeah, yeah. Did you hear that album? Did you listen to this? Check out this song. Listen to this mix. I heard this at NAMM when checked out Atmos in the Genelec room. It was incredible. Like Earl
mhm.
Meyer, like it was just awesome. Just awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And talking about audio, there's going to be an event in Mexico City, David,
yeah.
right?
Yes, talking about audio and talking about John Krivit, we have the Pan American Audio Educators Conference that's going to take place the 18th and 20th of April of this year. And it's gonna be run currently with Soundcheck Expo. If you're an educator, this one might actually interest you because it's a gathering of educators and a lot of different audio brands and companies for you to talk about curriculum and talk about different ideas and, well, exchange and have a lot of fun as well at Mexico City. It's going to take place at the World Trade Center. This is the second edition, so if you're an educator, be sure to be there with us. It's going to be an amazing event. I will take advantage of the situation, and I want to thank as well Rock Activity. Thank you so much for all the help that you did for us on this stream. It's amazing to have this episode in collaboration with you. Thank you so much. Also, be sure to follow us on Discord. We have this Discord server where we can actually talk about music, talk about audio. You can share your compositions, your mixes, your productions there. If you have questions about gear software as well, we have like a theme for everything, so be sure to join us on Discord. The QR code is on the screen right now. And also remember, this episode is going to be a podcast as well, and it's going to be available on all streaming platforms. You can go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, whichever platform you want, and search for Produciendo con Julio Monroy. You will find this episode and all last episodes as well.
Thank you, David. Well, Adam, we are running out of time, but we only have two more questions for you.
Yeah.
One is from Instagram, the question about the event, David, the concert, and the last is my question.
Yeah, Jacqueline Telles. When producing global live events, how does the team adapt emotional storytelling and anticipation strategies across different cultural audiences?
Sorry, repeat. It broke up for me.
Okay, I will. Yeah,
Question,
no
yeah.
problem. When producing global live events, how does the team adapt emotional storytelling and anticipation strategies across different cultural audiences?
That is a great question. We just do it. Just it's that simple. We come in and do our job. So we learn like so last year, 2 years ago, we went to Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. No, Saudi Arabia was 3 years ago. We went to the Middle East. I've only been to a couple countries there before, so learning about that culture was interesting. You know, we spent a good amount of time there and met some people. It was cool. I had a good time. Fans were great. It was cool. You know, going to Asia, like going to Japan, seeing how they function there and their culture is. It's just you're always learning.
Mm-hmm.
So we come in and, you know, we work with local teams, local stagehands that help us build the show. I would say there's about 120 to 150 people that we work with, spread out amongst all departments. And everyone speaks English. or hopefully, like I've worked with people from Nigeria and only one person spoke English.
No.
So it's like, a lot of a lot of it's like you talk about food, or you just make the people feel comfortable in your working environment, and you find a common ground. And then it's like, all right, it's raining out, it's cold, none of us want to be out here right now, so let's work together as a team and we can get it done fast.
Yeah.
And it's keeping a positive vibe and just a great atmosphere around the camp is huge, and everyone wants to feel appreciated. So that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
And then after work, like the PA team all hangs out together, the monitor team hangs out together. Like, sometimes we'll mingle all together and go out to dinner. It's very separate because the PA's so big and so far around the stadium, and then the stage is in the middle by itself. It's like anytime someone calls me on the radio, "Hey Adam, where are you?" It's like, I'm at the stage. I'm always at the stage. So, but it's, and we have to work with the other departments, the lighting department, the video department, rigging, production, So, and there's people from all over the world in these departments. And on the audio team, there's people from all over. We have people from Russia, Brazil, Italy, Germany, England.
How many people is involved in a concert?
I want to say like there's around 150.
Wow.
Just on the Metallica crew, roughly. So it could be more, it could be less. I don't know. I know it's around somewhere around there. And then the local crew is probably around there as well. And there's about, I want to say like 40 trucks, just production, roughly. That changes every year. We try to find different ways to make it more efficient. It's always evolving and just trying to make it better.
Yeah.
Because it's huge. It's huge.
Hey Adam.
When you see it all together, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Like hearing you, and I imagine that it's very hard. My friend, we're running out of time, and
okay.
we have my last question for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
We will leave you. You will be free. But this is a mandatory question. Okay. So, what would be your advice to the new audio people, new generations that wants to work with great bands around the world like you?
My advice, just get involved, and man, just reach for the stars. Like have whatever vision you have in your head of what you want to do, just go and do it. Don't let anything stop you. You're going to have setbacks along the way, but keep focusing on that dream that you have and keep pushing to get it. When you see opportunities, take them. And, get out of your shell, meet new people. I know that's the most nerve-wracking thing to do, is meet new people for some people. And, like I grew up in a small town and I wanted to get out. And I didn't know who I was going to meet. Most, I work in live sound, so most of the people you meet are at night in rock clubs and stuff like that, or, so go to shows, talk to people in bands, call up engineers. I know everything's like email now and Facebook or LinkedIn or something like that, or Instagram, it's YouTube. Just, be involved. There's loads of communities to get involved in. AES, But yeah, I would, you know, once you figure out what you want to do, just and you have this dream like, oh, I want to work for this band, you know, just
Yeah.
you know, you may not be the engineer, but you could be the tech on the band with the band, you know. So you're that step closer to being
Yeah.
the engineer, right? So you can go mix on your time, right? But you never know, an engineering position might open up one day and you're already in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know everybody, you know? They're gonna want someone that they can trust to take
Thank you.
over. So I don't know. Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
Don't learn bad things. Don't learn bad habits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's great, great, my friend. Thank
You
you
know,
for the advice. It's I was wondering if someone wants to reach you, they can do it by Instagram or something like that.
yeah, just Instagram's cool.
Yeah.
Check.
Okay.
Yeah. I check it once in a while.
Big blends. Okay.
So yeah.
My
Awesome.
friend,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
having me.
Has been a huge honor to have you here, and yeah, all the words that you said, and I know that they are very important for us and for the people who are watching this.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, my friend. And
Thank you.
please, when you come to Bogota, please just text me and we will give you a tour. I know that you know Bogota, but it's going to be,
Yeah, no,
uh,
I like the locals.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like hanging out with the locals. Yeah, they
Yeah,
know
you
all the
can come
good
to the
spots.
studio and yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be
That's
great. So well,
awesome.
Adam, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us. I think it's amazing. I didn't knew actually a tour could actually have like more than
Hmm.
150 people on it. So
Yeah,
it
there's a lot.
sounds insane and a little bit stressful for me. But well, there's people like you, like strong like you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for taking the time. Thanks to all the people that have connected and have sent us questions as well. And thank you, Julio, for creating these amazing spaces as well. I leave you now with Julio Monroy.
Thank you, David. Well, it has been amazing this chat with Adam, and yeah, so inspiring for all the people. Well, we are finishing, but next week we're going to have a live stream with Ken Lewis. He's going to show us his new plugin Cascade. So maybe he will give some plugins to the audience. I don't know. So see you next week. Bye bye.